What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's on there. I want to talk about Chloe Bailey. Chloe Bailey went live on Instagram, and she had some things on her mind in regards to herself and where she's at in her career. And she spoke about the movie Sinners and how emotional she got watching that because she saw parallels with her career and where she's at to the movie. And Chloe Bailey talked about how she felt like there were people in the industry that wanted her to sell her soul. They wanted her to sell her soul, and apparently she didn't do that, even though she's had some very questionable career moves. We all see the path that she has taken in regards to the over sexualization of herself. I believe that there are people, her management in particular, because y'all know she's under the Sean Carter, Beyonce Knowles umbrella. And I think that it has not gone the way that they probably thought it would, or maybe she did. Not to say that she doesn't have opportunities, but we have to start there. We have to start there. Now, Chloe Bailey, I'm not going to lie, she's nice to look at, people would say, right? But the fact that she has, over the last couple of years, gone out of her way to show people that, to showcase that, it just shows you that, you know, she was getting a lot of the wrong advice. And don't let me get started on her film choices. I mean, do we have to talk about when she was in the movie Swarm and how, you know, as soon as, you know, the particular series starts off, she's getting her back completely blown out. You know, I even made a video about it. I'm like, that's crazy, because the media was pushing her as if she is the next great singer and artist, right? And then bam, she's she's, you know what I'm saying, she's bent over getting rammed in this show Swarm. Like, questionable moves. And, you know, she's talking about, you know, basically selling your soul. I mean, Chloe, if you haven't sold your soul, it kind of looks like you did in certain aspects. I'm not saying you did, Chloe. But also, she was in, I guess there was a film called The Exorcist, I guess a newer version, back in 2024. She was in that. Some questionable stuff. We all know that artists love to do the devil worshiping thing in order to get their career popping. We've seen rappers do it, and they become bopping. They become, you know, a big deal when they embrace those things. And I'm not saying she is, but for her to be looking at Sinners and drawing those parallels lets me know that she feels like she was sabotaged. And also this, let me get to this too. The fact that she's been in these fake relationships. She's been in these fake relationships with rappers. It just ain't working. And you can tell she's uncomfortable with it. And I think that, just by how she's speaking on this and the things that she's saying, it's almost as if she's not going far enough for them. Her management team. Because I think that these relationships are fake. I don't even think she's sleeping with these dudes. That's just me. And because she's not doing that, maybe she's getting pushed back within her own team and maybe people in the industry. The fact that she hasn't gotten pregnant like her sister has, you know, and we see how that situation has unfolded. She's been smart about that. I just think that she has done things, but I think there's also things she's probably been hesitant to do, and she feels like she's being sabotaged. So let's get into it. According to The Grill, the themes in Ryan Coogler's film Sinners sparks weeks of discourse on social media timelines and in intellectual circles, said Mississippi Delta. Michael B. Jordan and Coogler's film spotlights music, spirituality, and black culture, and more. However, for Chloe Bailey, the vampire horror film reminds her of another element, the entertainment industry. She said, "Can I be honest? After Sinners, I cried," Bailey said during a TikTok live. "It just reminds you so much of the industry, right? And it's like you could have a gift like he did with his guitar. And like they said, when he's singing, he's honoring his ancestors and uplifting and all of that. But then it also attracts the not good. So it's like in order for him to be successful, vampires were telling him he had to sell his soul." So Chloe, because she's speaking on this and from what she's saying, they want her to sell her soul. And if she hasn't, if you look at the things that she has done, it kind of comes across as was heading in that direction. It's exactly like things I see and go through every day. And that's why I just broke down crying, because it was showing like the people who decided not to go to the other side were in there fighting for their lives. She continued, they were in there going through it all. The ones who did give in were outside celebrating and having a good time and got things quicker and things like that. Unfortunately, the film reminded her of what she says is a daily reality, that no matter how hard you work, no matter how good of a person you are, no matter how talented you are, sometimes that's not enough to get you to places that you need to be. She said, "I feel like anyone who has a gift and has something they truly, truly love, but feels like it's not coming to them in the time that they want it because they're moving in the right ways where they don't like to give in, it's harder. And then you have so many things tempting you like vampires." Admitting she cried for nearly an hour after the movie, Bailey praised the film, said she absolutely loved it. It was so deep. She thought it was done so beautifully. And I'm just really proud of everyone who was a part of it, she concluded. Let me say this. I think that Chloe knows that the way that she's been presented just has not been right. And she probably sees women who get pushed and promoted who goes far, and they do the absolute most in order to get ahead. She probably sees that. And I think there are things that she might be still unwilling to do. And the people who have been around her, who have been managing her, I think that, again, this is what I'm reading into her words. They're trying to make her become just like every other woman that you see out here, who are out here sleeping with rappers, exposing them, getting pregnant by them, right? Having drama. She doesn't have any drama in her life. And listen, I've been critical of Chloe, but the one thing I can say is that she hasn't even gone as far as a little sister has. As far as drama is concerned, she stays drama free. She wants nothing to do, I believe. She wants nothing to do with a lot of these rappers, these scammers, because yes, scammers have become celebrities as well. That's why you see y'all see these scammers. These scammers are all these scammers getting arrested, but they were in these circles. They were in these Hollywood circles like they're some sort of celebrity. Okay. She don't even want to deal with them. She don't want to deal with none of these people because that's not who she is deep down. She gives off a little bit of a nerd vibe or just, I'm gonna say nerd, more so like a regular, average everyday girl vibe. She has a girl next door vibe to her that she's just, despite everything she's done, she has not been able to kick that. And that's who she is, and she's not out here trying to be a baby mama. Now, she's not out here trying to be a wife either, but I just think that she's been getting bad advice for years. And unfortunately, You know, she listened to these people, and she's 27, and she realizes that she's a couple of years away from being 30. And by then, that's when the industry starts to chew you up and spit you out. And she's in that direction to where she's going to just become like every other girl in the industry. And she's close to being that. She's tried to be in all these fake relationships. None of them work because that's not who she is. She tried to embrace, the over sexualization of herself. That has not worked because people still see her as that young girl who was in a group with her sister, and she just can't shake that. She's tried. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and just blame the people around her, Rock Nation, Beyonce, because she plays a part into it as well. She's a grown woman. She chose to do whatever they asked her to do. She made decision to sign on to do projects that just were a bad look. I don't think she recovered from Swarm. I think Swarm was it backfired. And y'all notice after that, her buzz it fizzled. That's why I say you have to be careful and have the right people around you. Obviously, she does not. She's so isolated. Her and her sister are very isolated, even from family members, because they trusted Beyonce and the people there to push her career in the right direction, and they are just not doing that because she's not a priority to them. Now, again, they put a lot of money into marketing her. I mean, look at how they were presenting Chloe a couple years ago. I can't say they didn't try, but you should let the talent speak for itself. You can't listen. Nobody can force you to sell your soul. I'm sorry. Nobody can force you to sell your soul. You either choose to do it or you don't. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, like video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Check out all the videos. You should be seeing one or two appearing on the screen, and I'll see y'all next one.